We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly.
Good morning. We are broadcasting live from Toy Field at Nissan Stadium. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand. Very excited to be down here today. We are going to have a fantastic day. We're already shaping up, filling up a field of toys here, and it's really just a feel-good vibe, good energy down here. We're here with all the Cumulus stations. It's not just Super Talk 99.7. We also got our friends from 92Q and 104.5 The Zone, and shout out to those guys. They've all been working since the crack of dawn. Dan Mandis was down here starting at 5 a.m. Toy Field is happening right now, and we need you to come out and help us. This is something that is an all-hands-on-deck effort. We all understand that this time of year gets a little bit tight, and there seems to be a need, a greater need, now more than ever. We don't want kids to go without something underneath their Christmas tree. We don't want seniors to go without something underneath their Christmas tree. So we're asking you to join us live at Nissan Stadium, South End Zone Plaza, between gates 8 and 9. We're building a field of toys for the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We're going to be here until 7 o'clock today. Every single Super Talk host is going to be out here doing their entire show live, and we need you to join us. It's all thanks to some great sponsors. A.O. Smith is our sponsor this hour, and shout out to them. They are at hotwater.com if you want to get to know them a little bit more. But you can come down here, drop off a new unwrapped toy or a gift for a child or a senior. You can do it curbside. We can pick it up in parking lot K right in front of gate 7. Easy in, easy out. It's not going to take you more than 30 seconds. It's not going to mess up your day. But we do need you out here because it's going to make somebody's day. You have the opportunity to impact someone's Christmas. Now, it's not like we're asking for the world. You're more than welcome to come and donate a bike or two. We've had some great sponsors dropping off truckloads of toys. But you could go by the Dollar General, too, and grab some Hot Wheels, grab some books, grab some coloring stuff, some crayons, some coloring books. You don't have to break the bank to make somebody's Christmas. It's about having something under the tree. So we ask you to join us out here and bring an unwrapped toy for a senior or a child. It's for a good cause. It's that time of year, and we ask you to jump in and help. Now, we're not going to be doing all Toy Field stuff. My wife and I were talking last night. She's like, you're going to be down at Nissan Stadium. You're going to be doing the stuff for the Salvation Army. And I said, yeah. She said, does that mean you're not going to yell about Somalis? I said, I'll probably find an area where I can yell about Somalis, and we will. We'll talk about what's going on in Minnesota today. We'll talk about some immigration, the immigration fails that we're seeing pop up over and over and over again. It's eye-opening, to say the least. And we'll also talk about the economy. President Trump calls it a con job, the word affordability. I tend to agree with him. You have many voices out there that say affordability is not a con, and it's like, no, you're missing the point. It's not that affordability is a con job. It's the way the Democrats are using it to bludgeon President Trump that's a con job. We're seeing President Trump go after energy prices. We're seeing gas drop tremendously over the past couple days. We're also seeing things like the CAFE standards. rolling back the emissions and the fuel economy standards. That's going to make vehicles cheaper. We're seeing the president do all these things, the tariffs, the onshoring of manufacturing, and more. He's working on affordability. The con is the Democrats using it to bludgeon him. Again, maybe he needs some work on messaging, but the truth remains that he's doing a lot. We just need to be patient. We need to stay the course. We need to trust in Trump. If there's anybody to trust on the economy, why wouldn't you trust 45, 47? Now, we'll get into that a little bit more on the way. We'll talk about interest rates. We'll talk about it seems like the media has just a willful, hopeful energy that the economy will crash so they can go see. We'll talk about all that. Where I want to start, though, is one Jasmine Crockett. She officially announced her Senate campaign, and I couldn't be more excited. For starters, I think it's an uphill battle. Jasmine Crockett is going to lose. But if you like politics, if you enjoy the game that is politics, this is going to be a heavyweight battle, and I am so excited. Jasmine Crockett versus Ken Paxton is going to be one of the funnest Senate races to watch as we head toward the midterms. It is going to be a barn burner. And I mean, in the little research I did last night, I could pull up so many different pieces of audio to trash Jasmine Crockett. And you know the GOP is going to do just that. And that's just skimming the surface. You understand that there are teams behind the scenes right now doing absolute recon work, finding out everything that Jasmine Crockett ever did in her entire life. All of that is going to come to the light before we get to the midterms in 2026. I don't know if she's ready for it. I don't think she's prepared. And I'm very excited. Last night, she launched her campaign with an awkward video. This is, it's just, I'm shocked that somebody told her this was a good idea. But I'm not shocked at the exact same time because we're talking about Jasmine Crockett and we're talking about the Democrats. She launches her campaign video 44 seconds long, puts this all over the internet. And it's just over and over the president calling her low IQ while she stares into the camera defiantly.
How about this new one they have, their new star, Crockett? How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
And then it ends with Crockett for U.S. Senate. It's poetry in motion. I love it. I don't know why anybody told her that was a good idea. She stares defiantly at the camera. She ends with a nice little smile. She is a low IQ person. This is a worse launch than Ron DeSantis on X saying that he's running for president. If you don't recall that they never actually got that off the ground. The live stream never started. It just failed and crashed. This is a worse launch than that. Jasmine Crockett. She wants to turn Texas blue. Trump won Texas by 13. 13. Best of luck. Best of luck. But this is the case that she's making, and she's making the case last night. She had a big party. Texas tough. That's the new slang. That's the new saying. That's the motto for Jasmine Crockett. Texas tough. And I think she's about to be Texas toast because there's no way that she's beating any Republican in this race. Now, the Republican primary is not set. It's John Cornyn, it's Wesley Hunt, and it's Ken Paxton. Wesley Hunt doesn't have the name recognition. I like him a lot, but he's a young guy, 44, 3 kids, wife, Christian guy. Really, for all intents and purposes, seems great. I want to learn more about him, but he doesn't have the name recognition in Texas that John Cornyn does or Ken Paxton. It is an uphill battle for him. All the polling right now shows Ken Paxton pulling away with it in the Republican primary. But it seems like it's going to mirror what we see in Tennessee here, where the primary is the big race and everything else is just kind of dressing. You know, that's not the main course. It's going to be a fun race between Ken Paxton and Jasmine Crockett. But once the Republican primary is decided, I think the election is going to be decided. Jasmine Crockett, though, is going to give it a college try. Texas tough. And she said last night that there are going to be people who say, ain't no way. This is her words, not mine. There are going to be people that say, ain't no way. You know, people don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. And so good luck. This is Jasmine Crockett last night.
When Texas turns blue,
When?
it won't be because of any one candidate, but because of each and every one of you doing your part. Turning Texas blue is what I want to talk to y'all about today. Now, there are those that say, ain't no way, we done tried it 50 kinds of ways. Let me be clear, y'all ain't never tried it the JC way.
She doesn't mean Jesus Christ, right? Oh, no. She meant Jasmine Crockett. They're actually, to be fair, I'm not sure the Democrats have tried it the JC way for quite a while. I think maybe if they got back to that, they'd be a little bit more successful. I digress.
We used to telling us what I can't do. But
we used to telling us what I can't do? Wait.
I call sentence structure.
People don't think it'd be like it is, but it do, Joan. Sentence structure matters.
We used to telling us what I can't do.
We used to telling us what I can't do. We are used to being told what we can't do. What is she trying to say?
I'm not sure yet. I'm sure it'll make sense at some point.
We used to tell us what I can't do.
The JC way. We used to telling us what I can't do.
We used to telling us what I can't do. Now, it's important to note that the entire time she's giving the speech, she has one hand up, and we're down here at Toy Field at Nissan Stadium, so if you're watching on the stream, you know, the video's not going to be up today, but I apologize. But let me just break it down for you. It looks like she's burping an invisible baby, the way her hand is up, and she just keeps waving it back and forth. I don't know if that's what she was going for, but that was the only thing that I could wrap my head around is what she's doing. But, you know, listen, I'm not going to tell her what she can't do. She's used to that.
We used to telling us what I can't do, but they have no idea what Crockett's crew will do.
Preach.
So I just want to be clear.
Slay.
For all the haters in the back,
Oh.
listen up real loud. We gonna get this thing done.
I don't think they got fans in there, let alone haters. It seems like they were short on people in the room. The crowd didn't seem too loud. I'd be surprised if she had a lot of fans, let alone the haters in the back. There's probably room for the haters to get up front.
So they tell us that Texas is red. They are lying. When Texas
Okay, all right. Jazzy Fizzle over here. That's going to be her campaign. It's about to fizzle out. We're excited, though. I think it's going to be very entertaining. If you like politics, if you like the entertainment aspect of things, Jasmine Crockett, Ken Paxton, which is eventually what it's going to be, is going to be a wild race in Texas. Now, we'll talk more about Jasmine Crockett. I got a lot more to come up with to bring up for you guys. She was on CNN last night. It does seem like she trashed her campaign already. Democrats can't help but put their foot in their mouth. In the meantime, though, I do want to remind you we are out here at Nissan Stadium. The big deal today is not Jasmine Crockett's Senate run, although we're going to have some fun with it. The big news today is we are filling up a field of toys. This is something that we can't do without you. We're benefiting the Salvation Army, and we need new unwrapped toys for kids and for seniors. Every kid deserves to open something on Christmas. This is really what today's about, and we are asking you to join us out here at Nissan Stadium. We're between gates 8 and 9. You don't even need to get out of your car. You pull up to the curb, somebody will run out and grab it for you. There is no excuse for you not to slide by here on your lunch break. Go to the Dollar General. Grab yourself $5 worth of toys. Go to Kroger. Go to Walmart. Do what you need to do and meet us out here at Nissan Stadium. Thanks to our friends at A.O. Smith. curbside and parking in Lot K. We'll see you in front of Gate 7 at Nissan Stadium for Toy Field. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here from my friends at the Glock store. So, what was it, last weekend? Was Black Friday only last weekend? It was a couple weeks ago. We had Black Friday, Super Saturday, massive sale at the Glock store. We've moved past that. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people won a lot of great prizes, but we're moving on. We're on to Christmas, onward. And what could be more Tennessee than a family photo with Santa? Not just any Santa, tactical Santa. The type of Santa that could deliver presents on the south side of Chicago. The type of Santa that's not going to be afraid to fly over Minneapolis and the Twin Cities. That's Tactical Santa. He's coming to the Glock store. He's going to have some war paint on, and you're going to get the best family photo with Tactical Santa ever. It is going to make your Christmas card unforgettable. He's back by popular demand. Tactical Santa is at the Glock store December 5th, December 6th, the 12th, and the 13th. Just $25 is going to get you a professional family portrait by the Glock store's in-house photographer. And yes, the kids, the pets, they're all welcome. You're going to get the most unique holiday photo memory ever with the Glock store's own Tactical Santa. Yes, there will be appropriate props. Yes, they're encouraged and available. Tactical Santa this weekend and next at the one, the only Glock store.
Up ahead, a really serious accident on I-40 this morning in Baxter. We've got an update on that. Also, what is happening in Washington today? A big meeting that involves the defense secretary. It's coming up here at 9:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Joan Jones directly to my left. Yeah, we're both out here at Toy Field, Nissan Stadium. We need you to help us fill up a field of toys for our friends at the Salvation Army. If you're out doing
filling up a bit.
It is. It's
Yeah.
getting there. It's getting there, but we need more.
Oh, for sure.
We need more. There's never such thing as too many presents
toys. That's
under
right.
the tree
That's right.
for these kids. So if you're out doing your Christmas shopping, grab an extra toy, bring it on down here. Anything new and unwrapped works. We're accepting bikes. We're accepting dolls, baby dolls, whatever you'd like. Games, Connect 4. Guess who? You could do that too. Gifts for seniors are also welcome. We're talking blankets, slippers, puzzles. Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels supports them as well. These guys are amazing. What they do every year is unbelievable. And then you kind of forget about what they do for a little bit because they swoop in, they save the day, and then they swoop out and they say, please, no applause.
Yeah.
So
love them.
We love these guys. You can do curbside drop-off. You don't even have to park. If you have a limited lunch break, you can swing through, drop a toy off, and we're thanking all of our great sponsors for being involved. This one of this hour's sponsors is Wayne's Pest Control, protecting homes from pests and termites for over 50 years. You could protect a home from a very sad Christmas by donating a new toy. You like that? That was
well done, Chris.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is the radio segue. So you could protect that home from a lousy Christmas by donating a toy or a gift for a senior today. All kidding aside, I have 4 young kids. If I was ever in a position where I needed to use a service like the Salvation Army, I would be so grateful that it was here. And that's one of the reasons why last night, we go out with the kids and we picked up some books and we picked up some learning toys and we grabbed some Hot Wheels and all the kids were running around the store and we're just grabbing stuff. And we have been blessed in our lives, and we have to share that. We have to pass those blessings on. It's a great learning experience for the kids. If you're with them today, grab them, tell them what you're doing, tell them why you're doing it, tell them the real meaning of Christmas. It's not the consumerism, but it's the joy. And when we share that joy, we're doing exactly what Jesus did for us, sharing joy, spreading that joy. It's an unbelievable thing to do. We're asking you to help us today. We're going to be down here at Toy Field. The entire station is out here until 7 o'clock. You want to come by, you want to say hello, you want to donate a toy, we need you. Nissan Stadium, Lot K, and I believe it's 7 and 8 between gates 8 and 9. We want to see you out here live at Nissan Stadium for Toy Field.
.30 now, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. There's a serious accident on I-40 this morning in the westbound lanes. It's at mile marker 277. That's in Baxter, and the roadway is still closed right now. Now, this accident included an empty tour bus, 2 commercial vehicles, and a passenger vehicle. 1 person confirmed dead. There are others transported to the hospital. But again, I-40, the westbound lanes at mile marker 277 in Baxter closed down this morning. Big meeting in Washington today. This one is with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and General Dan Kane, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs. They will brief top lawmakers known as the Gang of 8 behind closed doors. Now, this briefing follows the completion of the administration's national security strategy. It's a planning document that spells out America's long-term vision for protecting the nation. Lawmakers are also expected to raise questions about the legality of the military strikes in the Caribbean, and in particular, the double-tap killing of 2 survivors from a lethal attack on September 2nd. Happening moments ago, a federal judge has just allowed the Justice Department to release investigative materials from a sex trafficking case against Ghislaine Maxwell. The DOJ in November asked the 2 judges to unseal the grand jury transcripts and exhibits. Those records could be made to the public within the next 10 days. That is the latest news. We've got your traffic and weather ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. How about this for Christmas? A pain-free life. I know what you're saying, like, whoa, that's a big ask. It's really not when you talk to my friends at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Dr. Mitchell and Dr. Ashley want to get you back to a pain-free life, and they're not going to ruin your Christmas budget. They can have you back to that pain-free life by Christmas for only $12. It's called the Big Daddy Trump Special. They've been running it all month long, and it's going to keep going because this is the best way to get you up and running. Just $12 is going to land you a full exam, x-rays if needed, a well-explained diagnosis, and your first treatment. All of that for only $12. And you might be thinking, I don't need surgery. I don't want surgery. I don't want a painful injection. I'm definitely not looking for opioids. Well, you're in luck because this is none of the options that they're going to actually offer you. That's not their style. They're going to be focused on non-surgical spinal decompression, robot lasers, anti-gravity machines. Whatever you're dealing with, back pain, neck pain, sciatica, numbness, bulging discs, they'll treat it all, and they're not going to do surgery, injections, or opioids. Grab your MRI. Get ready to finally understand your condition, but most importantly, fix it. For just $12. 615-246-5009. 615-246-5009 or find them online, painisbad.com. Nine 36 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand. To my left is the one and only Joan Jones, in case you're watching on the YouTube stream. Hey, how are you? You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Rumble. Hit like, hit subscribe. We're not in our usual studio. It says I feel like it's a little bit comfier and cozier than Mandis was making it seem this morning, although I do have the benefit of the sun.
I was going to say, I think it's a couple degrees warmer than it was when we got here this morning. Like
Yeah.
a couple 10.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's also the potential that Dan was just complaining.
Well, there's that, too. Because he does.
But
Complain.
I think it's nice. We got these little propane heaters. We're at Nissan Stadium for Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. These guys do it every year. They're unbelievable. We've been doing this with them now for, I believe this is our 18th year.
Wow.
So this is just a yearly tradition. It's one of the first times, though, that we're broadcasting live out here all day long. But we're incredibly excited to be out here. Thanks to some of our great sponsors like Nashville Tent and Awning. We're here all day building a field of toys. Every single item is going to stay local. That's a huge part about this. Your donation today of a brand new toy or a gift for a senior, some slippers, a pillow, some blankets or something, that's staying here in Tennessee. You're impacting your community. You're making sure that kids don't go out without something underneath their tree this Christmas. So what do we need you to do? Come down to Nissan Stadium. Bring a toy, okay? Don't wrap it. Bring the toy. Bring a gift for a senior. Pull into Lot K. You swing around to Gate 7. Volunteers will unload it for you.
Like they come and approach your car and take it from your hands. You don't even have to get out of the car.
So if you're on a crunch for your lunch break, no excuses. You have plenty of time to run by the store and get down here. Maybe you took my advice yesterday. You've already grabbed that toy. You can come on in. You can hang out with us. You can say hello. We're going to be here hanging out. Again, shout out to Nashville Tent and Awning. They are proud to support Toy Field this year. We're proud to support Toy Field as well. And we're excited, man. It's very weird. I had mentioned this earlier. My wife was like, well, what are you going to be talking about down there? She's like, surely you can't yell about Somalis. I said, just you wait. Just you wait.
There's going to be a lot of yelling.
There's going to be a lot of yelling. We have some of our sister stations down here, too. 92Q and 104.5 The Zone. I don't know if they lean the same way I do politically, but I'm hoping by the end of this 3 hours I'll have
some converts.
Yeah, maybe via osmosis.
Yeah.
They can pick up some winning plays. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
You may find some nails in your tires.
That could be too.
Yeah.
That could be too.
Yeah.
I think some of them are conservative, low key though. So we are going to talk about news. There's actually a big breaking story right now. Joan had it in her newscast. Dan Mandis is texting me about it, and it's a massive story. The Epstein files are being unsealed, the grand jury materials in particular. Now, you may remember that there was a big argument about unsealing these. They said no. They said absolutely not. Well, a New York federal judge has just ordered the unsealing of grand jury materials related to the criminal prosecution of one Ghislaine Maxwell. Maybe you've heard of her. Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison term for crimes related to the recruiting and grooming of underage girls to be abused by Jeffrey and his pals on the island at the place in Manhattan. Ghislaine was in the weeds. It's the conspiracy theorist to me, but I happen to think that Ghislaine was running the whole show. If you know anything about her father, you know about the implications of the intelligence networks. I think Epstein was the fall guy. Prove me wrong. Maybe you'll be able to once we see some of these testimonies and these grand jury materials. This is all because Congress in November passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which said you have to release this information. You have to disclose the investigative files related to Epstein. Now, the judge in New York, the federal judge Paul Engelmeyer, wrote, "The act does not explicitly refer to grand jury materials. The court nonetheless holds, again in agreement with the DOJ, that the act, passed by Congress, textually covers the grand jury materials in this case." Whew. I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Now, we were talking off air, and there are implications for this. This could be the precedent set moving forward. But I think that this case transcends that. I really do.
So the problem is that grand jury material is supposed to be super secret.
But if it takes an act of Congress for it to be unsealed, I think that's okay.
Perhaps, but you know how things spread beyond the current situation. So it could set a precedent, and it could make it easier for grand jury material in the future to be released. And thus ends the secretive nature of a grand jury, which is key to, I believe, justice, fair justice.
I feel like that's an oxymoron, though, to say secrecy is key to justice.
Well, if you've got somebody who's lying in their testimony to the grand jury, or something that could taint a jury unnecessarily, I think the argument could be made that it should stay behind closed doors. Now, we're not talking about the Epstein. When I say that, I'm not talking about the Epstein
You're talking
case.
in generalities.
In general, yeah. This case, of course, don't we all want to know? We all want to know. But this could really taint the grand jury proceedings in the future.
Do you think that we're going to learn things that are going to shock us that we didn't expect to learn because of this grand jury material being released?
I think there may be something there.
Yeah.
It didn't get held back for this long for nothing.
It's a good point. So it was today, New York federal judge ordered the unsealing of the grand jury materials, NBC reports, related to the prosecution of Ghislaine Maxwell. British socialite convicted of acting as the notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's procurer. Judge Paul Engelmeyer ordered in the U.S. District Court in Manhattan. His order came at the request of the Department of Justice, which cited that recently passed Epstein Files Transparency Act. Do the Democrats run away from this? I mean, we've already started to see them distance themselves from this after the Stacey Plaskett, the representative from the U.S. Virgin Islands. It came out that she was texting Epstein during the grand jury. We saw the Democrats run away from this when Hakeem Jeffries was found out to have been soliciting some donations and trying to fundraise with Jeffrey Epstein. But at this point, how can you say that the Trump administration is covering this up when it's Trump's DOJ requesting this yet again and now citing the congressional act that was passed, the Epstein Transparency Act?
Also, do you remember when Adelita Grajova, the new representative from, I believe it's New Mexico, she took her father, she won a special election because her father had passed away. She won the special. She was not sworn in during the shutdown. And she complained bitterly that it's because the Republicans didn't want for all the Epstein information to get released because she was going to be the final vote. Looks like that's not true. If the DOJ's the one that wanted this all released.
Are you telling me that there was a Democrat lying?
It's very suspicious. It's sus.
It's super sus.
Did I get that?
You did.
All
You
right.
nailed it. Joan nails it.
Nailed it.
All right. Grand jury materials are normally permanently sealed. NBC reports. Engelmeyer, writing in his order, the act does not explicitly refer to grand jury materials. The court nonetheless holds, again, in agreement with DOJ, that the act textually covers the grand jury materials in the case. Engelmeyer has authorized the disclosure of the grand jury transcripts and exhibits, as well as extensive material that federal prosecutors disclosed to Maxwell's defense attorneys for her 2021 criminal trial. She's currently serving a 20-year prison term for that conviction, getting those underage girls to be sexually abused by Epstein and his pals. Congress last month overwhelmingly passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, mandating the disclosure of material held by the DOJ. Does this also take a lot of wind out of the sails of somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who says, Trump just wanted me out because of the Epstein files? Trump he's mad at me because I want these. Is his DOJ, is he going to be mad at his DOJ? Is Pam Bondi going to be on the out now because of the Epstein files? I doubt it. I absolutely doubt it. To me, maybe it does start to seem like this was 4D chess all along. Maybe not. We'll find out, and we're going to find out because the devil is definitely in the details, and as more information becomes available, we'll have it for you here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm eager to see what happens, and I'm eager to see what the timeline looks like on getting these released. Like, are we talking tomorrow, or are we talking 2026? We'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, we're still down here at Nissan Stadium, Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We're just seeing these guys wheeling in carts of toys. We have a lot of great volunteers here and a lot of great sponsors. A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. And it seems like there's been a nonstop flow of toys in here. And the inner kid in me is you
want to go play with some of the toys, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. My kids would be would be jealous. They'd be adding to their Christmas list. They'd be kind of window shopping here because we have the best listeners in the entire country. You guys showing up every single time we ask. I can't tell you how much it means to me. There's a lot that we can do on our own, but there's so much more we can do together, and this is another one of those occasions. Toy Field is down here. We need new toys so that way no kid in Middle Tennessee goes without something under their tree this Christmas. We need to make sure that the elderly woman who's spending Christmas alone has something to open up. Now, that might be slippers. It might be a bathrobe. It might be some scented candles. You decide. Make the difference today. We're down at Nissan Stadium. We are actually at Lot K. This is between Gate 7, between 8 and 9, but you can do curbside drop-off at Gate 7. You don't even have to get out of your car if you're on a crunch for time. But this is something that is absolutely going to bless people in our area, and you're going to feel that blessing on your own life. I'm telling you, it feels so good to give this time of year. Walking in here this morning with a bag full of toys that the kids helped me pick out was it's a blessing.
I love that. I love that you walked in here with stuff.
We have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. We gotta lead by example.
Yep.
And I'm not showing up to an event like this empty-handed. The Lord has blessed me in my life in tremendous ways. And if you feel that same pull on your heart today, let's make sure that these kids have something amazing to open for Christmas. Maybe you can donate a bike. Maybe you can spring for a basketball hoop. Maybe.
Or
maybe
it can be really simple too. Like I'm seeing a lot of dolls. I'm seeing My Little Ponies.
Yeah, it could be a coloring book.
Right.
It
doesn't have to be extravagant.
Exactly. It's the wave of what's going to make a kid happy, especially these young kids. Like, I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. My older kids are starting to kind of get away from the toys, but like the little kid toy Christmas where it's just like everything's amazing.
Yep.
Everything's exciting. Don't overthink it, okay? This is about creating some joy, spreading some joy. And at the end of the day, we're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, and Jesus loves the little children. I mean, that's on full display.
Oh, yeah.
And you can feel the presence of the Lord in an event like this, and we just thank you guys for always showing up, and we're going to be here all day long, all the way through the end of Matt Murphy's show. If you want to come through, say hello, drop off a toy for a child, drop off a gift for a senior, we encourage and we're practically begging, because it would break my heart to know that we were one toy short. It would break my heart to know we were one gift short from hitting our goal. You can be the difference maker today. Nissan Stadium, Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We need you out here. It is 9:50 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. On the way, we are going to be talking about news. There is a lot of motion out there. There's some wild stuff happening on the immigration front. J.B. Pritzker in Chicago, I don't know if you could be more angry with J.B. Pritzker in Chicago, and I'm not going to make fun of his weight. I'm not going to do that. But we are going to make fun of his state. And what they're doing, letting illegal aliens out of jail, should wind him up in prison. I'm so sick of these Democrat politicians and the lack of accountability that we see every single day. We're going to talk about that and more on the way. It's 9:50 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
looks like President Trump is still wheeling and dealing with China. And a big day around here for In-N-Out burgers. And a not-so-great day for Whataburger. We'll explain coming up here at 10 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I believe it's pronounced China.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get that right.
China.
China.
China. It is 9:56 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand. I'm really excited. I got Joan next to me for half the show, and then I'm going to have Ken Weaver down here. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, he's going to be down here.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Where is down here? Well, we're actually filling up a field full of toys, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We are hosting Toy Field. We do this every single year. We are so excited to do this, and the Salvation Army is so deserving of our support. Tons of people have already been through dropping off toys, but there's still a long way to go, and we need your help. So if you're in and around downtown, Nissan Stadium is going to be an easy stop for you, and you can do it real quick. We're at the South End Zone Plaza. This is between gates 8 and 9, and we're going to be out here until 7 o'clock. Every single Super Talk host is going to be out here today. Dan Mandis kicked things off for us in the wee hours of the morning with Joan Jones at 5 a.m. And Matt Murphy is going to close things out tonight in the twilight of the day. 7 o'clock, we'll be wrapping things up. And in the meantime, we're encouraging you to bring a toy and make a difference. It is that simple. You don't have to break the bank. It could be a coloring book. It could be crayons. It could be markers. It could be, you could spend $1, you could spend 1,000. Whatever you can do, we're asking you to help us make sure that no kid in Middle Tennessee goes without something underneath their tree this Christmas. We're asking you to make sure no senior is celebrating Christmas morning alone with nothing. The senior gifts often get forgotten. You know, we have a lot of toys here, and everybody feels that pull for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a huge need for seniors, too.
There absolutely is a huge need for seniors. And again, simple stuff. You know, like we were talking about the warm socks with the rubber bottoms.
Yep.
Those kind of things. You know, hand warmers, mittens, hats. It can be simple stuff there, too. It doesn't have to be an over-the-top expensive gift. Just something to make a senior know that they're cared about this holiday season. So many spend the season alone, and there's no reason that we can't make them feel good and loved and cared for.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So if you can help us out, we have some great sponsors helping us out. Shout out to A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. These guys have been out here all day supporting the mission here, and we need you to do it as well. We can't just rely on our sponsors. We need to rely on you guys once again. You step up every time we ask, and I feel like Bernie Sanders sometimes. Well, I'm asking you once again to show up. But you know, Bernie Sanders lines his pockets. We're going to be lining underneath the Christmas tree. Huge difference. We can't do it without you. Again, Nissan Stadium, South End Plaza, between gates 8 and 9. You have until 7 o'clock. You could grab a gift on your lunch break. You could swing by here when you get off work.
You hear all these people in the background right now?
Yep.
They're all volunteers that need something to do.
Yes.
So give them something to do. Pull up here right at the gate and just open the window and hand the gift out to them. They'll come out and take it out of your hands. You don't have to get out of the car. You can make a quick escape. You can feel good about what you've done. And all these people that are talking in the background will have something to do.
Yes. And we'll give them something to do on the way, too. All these kind, gentle-souled people are going to be hearing me yell about immigration. That's what we have on deck.
Can you throw Somali in here a little bit, too?
We will. We'll
right,
yell about some Somalis. We'll yell about some immigrants. And we'll yell about J.B. Pritzker. But we're not going to make fun of his weight. We're not going to call him a fat slob.
Not this time?
We would never do something like that. We'll talk about J.B. Pritzker. We'll talk about Illinois. We'll talk about immigration enforcement. Trump has a new plan, a new fee, if you will, when it comes to the illegal aliens. I don't know if anybody's going to pay this fee, but it's the thought that counts, and I like the energy. We'll talk about all that and more on the way. Hang out with us. It's Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
10 o'clock now. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. An elementary student at Crossville is being charged with threatening mass violence at school. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office saying that student made alarming statements to fellow students at Stone Elementary School. However, no weapons were found. No students were actually in danger, according to school officials. They are not saying exactly what the student said, though, that threatened the other students. Now, the student in question here is being charged with making a threat of mass violence on school property has not been identified. Staffing issues still haunting Nashville International Airport. The FAA had to issue a ground stop yesterday due to a staffing issue. It was expected to last from 4 until 9 o'clock last night, but it was lifted about 8:30. It appears that things are back to running normally this morning. Alina Habba has had it with New Jersey. She's stepping down from her post as temporary U.S. attorney after a federal appeals court ruled that she had been unlawfully appointed to that role. Attorney General Pam Bondi accepted the resignation, but is saying that the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit is at fault, saying the ruling has made it untenable for her to effectively run her office. Habba will instead work as a senior advisor to the Attorney General for U.S. attorneys. President Trump has announced that he'll allow California-based NVIDIA to sell its advanced H200 computer chips to approved customers in China, a boost to the semiconductor giant whose chips are widely used for artificial intelligence. The U.S. government is taking a 25% cut of the sales to China, however. That's according to the president in a Truth Social post. That deal does not include NVIDIA's more advanced Blackwell system or its soon-to-be-released Rubin system. A deadly crash involving a tractor-trailer on the Silliman-Evans Bridge early this morning. Police are saying that the driver crashed while traveling east on I-24 over the Cumberland River just after midnight. Now, they're not sure how this happened. The driver was trapped inside the cab for a short time, and he died in transit to Vanderbilt Hospital. Well, this is a big day around here. In-N-Out locations are opening in Lebanon and Antioch tomorrow, and then Murfreesboro opens on Friday. According to In-N-Out, each restaurant will employ about 75 associates, and they'll start out at $17.50 an hour. Plans to hire more in the future as well. But at the same time, Whataburger has announced the closure of 4 of its 24 locations in and around Nashville. They are in Mount Juliet, Murfreesboro on Memorial Boulevard, and 2 in Clarksville. Whataburger saying the company will focus their efforts instead on where they can make the most impact. That's the latest news. So we've got your traffic just ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
10:06 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand. The show is live on iHeartRadio. Tune in the FM dial. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble. Hit like, hit subscribe. Share the show with your friends. Help us grow the digital footprint of the radio station. That's one thing we really need your help with, especially as we move into the new year. It seems like a small ask, but the ramifications are big. If we get the subscribers up on YouTube, we can get you guys bigger interviews in 2026, bigger exclusives, and more content. So please do us a solid. Find us on Rumble. Find us on YouTube. Hit like. Hit subscribe. And share the show with your friends. It really does make a difference. Today, we're also trying to make a difference, albeit in a different way. We're trying to make a difference for some kids and some seniors here in the Middle Tennessee area. We are blessed to be able to partner up with the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We do this every single year. We call it Toy Field. The goal of today is to fill a field with toys. We can't do it without you. We're filling the field. Every toy matters, and we're asking you to find it in your heart to stop somewhere, grab something. It could be a gas station toy. You know, they got the race cars there. It could be something from Dollar General. It could be something from Walmart or Kroger or wherever you're close to. When you get that toy or a gift for a senior, a scented candle, some socks, some slippers, a bathrobe, when you get that gift, join us down here at Nissan Stadium. Lot K is open for parking and drop-off. We got volunteers here ready to help you. They'll come to your car and grab the toy. You don't even need to get out. If you get out, you can kind of come see the fun stuff, though. We got a lot of cool things going on. The entire Cumulus cluster is out here. Our friends at 92Q, our friends at 104.5 The Zone. And I've officially turned into that uncle at the holiday party. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Everybody else is like being very nice, and I'm saying.
I just saw pats on the back.
Yeah, there's hugs and
handshakes.
And I'm like, let me tell you something about Jasmine Crockett, brother. That's me.
Yeah. They're avoiding you like the plague.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But we're here for a good cause. And I think our audience could show up more than the other audiences. I'm just going to be fully.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt.
I'm going to keep it 100. Keep it a buck for you.
Yeah.
This audience can outshine any audience, whether we're the weird uncle at the family get-together or not. Speaking of which, I do have some weird uncle stuff I need to get to. Have you seen what's going on in Chicago? Illinois, to be more specific. J.B. Pritzker, nobody's going to call him fat. We're not going to do that today. All right? We're collecting toys for the kids. The last thing I'm going to do is spend my time here while we're collecting toys for the Salvation Army is call J.B. Pritzker fat. Okay?
Or even point out that he might be a little chubby.
I would never. And
no.
There are people that are like, call him a fat. I would never call him a fat slob. Not today, while we're collecting toys for the Salvation Army. But maybe tomorrow.
Right. Maybe.
But not today. I will not call J.B. Pritzker a fat slob today. However, I am a bit infuriated. And I don't know. Let's do some napkin math together. Ready? The sanctuary state of Illinois has released almost 1,800 illegal aliens since Donald Trump has taken office. Released them from prison. No cooperation with ICE. No cooperation with immigration enforcement. Illegal aliens charged with murder, assault, burglary, robbery, sex crimes. And they're back into the communities. 1,800 of them since President Trump took office.
You mean nobody allowed ICE to come in and find the guys that are here illegally and
if
hold
they
on
did
to them?
If they did that, Joan, how could they protest them when they have to do enforcement on the streets?
Right.
It always bugs me when they say, "Oh, we can't have ICE running around kidnapping people." It's like, well, you could have ICE in your jails if you would honor those detainers, but Illinois doesn't honor the detainers. Again, 1,800 criminals. Illegal aliens, murder, sex crimes, robbery, burglary, released back into Illinois communities since Trump took office at the end of January. Now, again, I just did napkin math. But if you divide it by 12, and I understand it's the end of January, you're looking at least 5 illegal aliens released back onto the streets per day in the state of Illinois. 5 illegal aliens that should be sent back home. 5 illegal aliens that should not be free on the streets to commit a heinous crime again. Oh, but Chris, crossing the border, that's not a crime. It is, actually, spoiler alert. It's a huge crime. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Acting Director Todd Lyons released more data on Monday while urging the Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul to honor more than 4,000 active ICE detainers that the agency has lodged against criminal illegal aliens in the sanctuary state. Attorney General Kwame Raoul, do you think he's going to comply with that request? I doubt it. I have a hard time believing Kwame Raoul is going to step up to the plate and be the guy that cleans things up in Illinois. In particular, though, Todd Lyons said Illinois officials have already failed to honor 1,768 ICE detainers and release the illegal aliens back into Illinois neighborhoods. Among those illegal aliens released back into communities, we got illegal aliens charged with murder, hundreds charged with assault, charged with burglary, charged with sex crimes, charged with robbery, drug crimes, weapons offenses. It's the meme. It's the house on fire and the dog sitting there going, "This is fine. This is fine." You know, I've had conversations with former Chicago police officers and smart citizens I know, and they say, "Chris, you know, this is like the homeless crisis, right?" They don't actually want to clean up the crime in Chicago for the same reason that they don't actually want to clean up the homelessness that you see on the West Coast, because there's money tied to it. You get federal money to help with homelessness. You get federal money to help with crime. If the crime goes away, so goes the federal money. Huh. So would you think that this might be a little intentional? I think it is. I think it's twofold. I think the money plays a huge part in it, but also the reactionary Democrat policies, so that way they can hue and cry in the streets and say that there's military operations on our streets. It's insane. It's insane. Meanwhile, the crimes of more than 4,000 illegal aliens with active ICE detainers in Illinois include hundreds charged with murder, thousands charged with assault, hundreds charged with burglary, sex crimes, drug crimes, weapon offenses. Governor Pritzker and his fellow Illinois sanctuary politicians are releasing murderers, pedophiles, and kidnappers back into our neighborhoods and putting American lives at risk, Department of Homeland Security's Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement, saying, "We are calling on Governor Pritzker and his administration to stop this dangerous derangement and commit to honoring ICE arrest detainers of the more than 4,000 criminal illegal aliens in Illinois' custody. It is common sense. Criminal illegal aliens should not be released back onto our streets to terrorize more innocent Americans." What do you think is going to happen? I think they're just going to release these illegal aliens like they released the others, because they don't care. They don't care about the citizens of Chicago. They don't even care about the illegal aliens. Power's the name of the game. And these newcomers, well, they're fans of the Democrat Party. ICE officials said Illinois has released from custody and failed to honor detainers for illegal aliens, such as 49-year-old Victor Manuel Mendoza Garcia of Mexico, who was convicted of kidnapping for ransom and sentenced to 18 years in prison. A news release from ICE detailed other instances where illegal aliens were released from custody instead of being turned over to federal agents. Juan Morales Martinez, illegal alien from Guatemala. He was arrested after a vehicle crash near Westfield, Illinois. He was the passenger. Early reports of the vehicle crash showed 2 fatalities. They let him go. Amilcar Waldo Gonzalez Jimenez, an illegal alien from Mexico, was arrested and convicted for 1 count of driving under the influence and domestic battery, 2 counts of criminal sexual assault. They don't honor that detainer either. Juan Alberto Caro Marin, illegal alien from Mexico, arrested and convicted of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, and the victim was a family member, and sentenced to 6 years in Illinois Department of Correction. They're not honoring that detainer either. I could go on and on and on. You understand that there are thousands of cases just like these. And we could spend the entire show detailing the heinous monsters, these animals that Illinois is protecting. But I don't think we have enough time. It's insane. It's insane. This is your state on Democrats. Honestly. Meanwhile, in another sanctuary state, California, they're currently canceling their Christmas parade. Not because of the whole Jesus side of Christmas, you know, the reason for Christmas. No, they're not doing what Portland did, where they called it a tree lighting instead of a Christmas tree lighting while they chant "Free Hamas." They're not doing that. The Christmas parade in California was canceled over fears ICE will show up. ICE. Claiming Immigrations and Customs Enforcement might play the role of Scrooge, organizers have canceled an annual Christmas parade held in Santa Barbara, California's largely Hispanic east side. The Millpass Street Holiday Parade, a decades-long tradition, the coastal city's East End, was scheduled for December 13th, but now organizers claim the potential illegal immigration raids could ruin the event and worry parade goers will be targets whether they are illegal or not. I love how they say that, whether they are illegal or not. If you're not illegal, you have nothing to fear. If you're a U.S. citizen, you're not going to be deported. In fact, no U.S. citizens have been deported, despite what they want to tell you, despite the way they push the narrative of the Maryland man. It hasn't happened. Although ICE raids may no longer dominate daily headlines, the threat to our Latino families, documented or undocumented, remains very real. Santa Barbara East Side Society, which organizes the parade, said in a statement to news outlets. The threat to our Latino families, documented or undocumented, remains very real. If you are documented, there is no threat. I'm yelling again at the toy field thing. Yeah, I don't mean to be yelling about immigration while we're trying to collect toys for the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels, but I'm infuriated by this. If you're documented, you're good. If you're undocumented, you need to go home. This is really simple stuff, but apparently it's too hard for the Democrats to understand. It's too hard for the Santa Barbara event committee to wrap their little heads around. The presence of immigration enforcement in our region, the fear it generates, the uncertainty families continue to face are real, immediate, and deeply felt. Well, you know what they could do? Instead of feeling fear and uncertainty, they could just take the stipend and go home. The Trump administration has converted the CBP One app from the Biden administration to the CBP Home app. You're going to get $1,000 to deport yourself. Over 1 million illegal aliens have taken that option. You could do the same thing. We wouldn't want you to feel fear and uncertainty, so why don't you take the free ticket home, take the $1,000, and then reapply to come to the country legally? They won't. They'll complain, and they'll whine instead. Santa Barbara's East Side Society Board President Sebastian Aldana Jr. and Milpass Holiday Parade Director Tere Huardo announced the decision to cancel the event earlier last week. So sad. So sad. They said, with heavy hearts and profound respect for our neighbors, we, the Santa Barbara East Side Society, must share a difficult decision. The 2025 Milpass Street Holiday Parade will not take place this year. This choice follows weeks of listening, truly listening, to families, parade participants, parade volunteers, local leaders, and immigrants' rights partners who help us understand the lived experiences of our community. The cancellation is the second large-scale public event organizers have suspended this year while blaming ICE and the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal aliens with criminal records. Listen, if you got to cancel the Christmas parade, I feel like that whole town must be just littered with illegal aliens. I would surge the area if I was the Trump administration. They should absolutely surge the area. President Trump has actually discussed, and the Trump administration have discussed and are planning to implement a new $5,000 apprehension fee. Ooh, an apprehension fee, you say? The U.S. Border Patrol is set to charge illegal aliens with a $5,000 apprehension fee for those caught in the country. This move is another step that the Trump administration has taken to crack down on illegal immigration. Now, I don't know how many illegal aliens are going to pay the $5,000 apprehension fee, but I love the energy behind it. We're not just going to deport you. You're going to owe us some money for this. You have to make it hard on these people. You have to. And the energy is huge. The Biden administration was sending federal agents to lift up razor wire in Texas. The Trump administration is saying, you owe me $5,000 because I had to come get you. I'm a fan. I don't know how many of the illegal aliens are actually going to pay that fee. But if they don't, I imagine it would keep them from re-entering the country legally. Chief Michael Banks of the Border Patrol said the new fee will be for all illegal aliens age 14 or older who enter the United States without inspection will be assessed a $5,000 apprehension fee. In addition, violations will also apply. This message applies to all illegal aliens, regardless of where they entered, how long they've been in the U.S., their current location, or any ongoing immigration proceedings. Yikes. You know what would be the best move? You get your stipend, you go on home. Make $1,000 instead of being forced to pay $5,000. That's what we need. This is the energy that the Trump administration is bringing to the table. This is why we've had almost 2 million deportations already. albeit self-deportations and immigration enforcement. I want to see those numbers go up in 2026, and Lord willing, we will. Right now, we're down at Nissan Stadium. I also need to see the numbers of toys increase. I'm the crazy uncle at the family get-together yelling about immigration in the corner, but we need you to get down here and support the family. We have a big need in Middle Tennessee for toys for kids. The Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program, these guys are the best. They're collecting these toys. We're filling up an entire field of them. And we need you to bring your contribution, whether it's for a child or for a senior. It makes no difference to us, but it's going to make a big difference in someone's life. So get down here, join us. We're between gates 8 and 9, Lot K. Join us, okay? You don't even have to get out of your car. The volunteers will run up to the car for you if you're on a time crunch, and grab your gift and donate it here, and it's going to make you feel like $1,000,000, I promise you. We got a lot of great sponsors that are helping us do this. Shout out to our friends at A.O. Smith. Shout out to our friends at Wayne's Pest Control, and shout out to you. Head somewhere, Kroger, Walgreens, Walmart, the Dollar General. Grab yourself a toy. Bring it here to Nissan Stadium. It's going to make a huge difference this holiday season. It's Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Up ahead here, a judge just opening the gates for more Epstein files to be released. We've got details for you coming up here at 10:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's a big story. Joan Jones with the latest in I was going to say newsroom.
Nope, it's not dust encrusted here.
No.
Nope.
Joan Jones will be joining us with the latest live from Toy Field, the Toy Field.
The Toy Field.
The Toy Field.
Yeah.
We're out here benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We're really excited to be here. Though after about an hour of my show, I feel like I'm getting side-eyed from some of the people. I'm the uncle at the family get-together, yelling about immigration in the corner. They actually do have us in the corner.
They do. Yeah, they do.
I'm yelling about immigration. I will get to yelling about Somalis, and we'll yell about Jasmine Crockett a little bit on the way as well. But first,
there you go.
We got, do you see this?
This is awesome.
We got a woman coming in here.
Arms loaded.
Arms are loaded with toys.
Yep.
This is amazing. It is really, truly great to see this community stepping up. Boxes upon boxes of toys are flowing in here, and we just want to thank you guys for everything. We're filling the field, but we need you. Every single toy matters. New unwrapped toys for all ages. That's what we're asking you for today. Also, a gift for a senior, okay? We're getting a lot of toys. I haven't seen as many gifts for seniors as I'd like to see, because there's a huge need, and a lot of people feel the tug on their heart around Christmas for the kids, and I get that. We absolutely have to show up for the kids. But the seniors need it too, man. So if you can grab a toy for us for a child, grab a gift for a senior. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be a scented candle. It could be some socks. It could be some slippers. Bring it down here to Nissan Stadium. You're going to find us between gates 8 and 9, the South End Zone Plaza. And it all goes to benefit the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels, kids and seniors who would otherwise be forgotten. We got some great sponsors out here stepping in, filling the gap. A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. And, I mean, they are just wheeling in.
They're rolling in. Look at this.
A bunch of toys right now.
Check this out.
This is awesome. I mean, we're seeing Lincoln Logs. I see some Play Food. I see some Sonic.
Ken Weaver's here. I saw him eyeing up a Pikachu.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
Ken seems like the kind of guy that wants to catch them all.
Yeah.
You know? Ken's cracking us up as always. He's down here live too. I didn't realize I was going to get Joan Jones and Ken Weaver down here live.
Yeah.
The only thing we're missing is Mason, who's back in the studio making sure everything sounds fantastic. We're going to be out here until 7 o'clock today. We need you guys to show up once again. Not for us, but for the kids and the seniors in this community. All the toys that are collected here today at Toy Field, at Nissan Stadium, are going to stay in Middle Tennessee. This is a huge element of this. We're helping our community. We do a lot. We help a lot of people. This is going to help kids in your neighborhood. So join us today at Nissan Stadium, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. Bring an unwrapped toy. We need you out here. It is 10:30. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. A federal judge just unsealing all investigative files related to Jeffrey Epstein's longtime mistress, Ghislaine Maxwell. The Justice Department sought the release of the grand jury transcripts and exhibits from Maxwell's sex trafficking case. Now, that judge didn't outline how the government would redact any sensitive information, and he also didn't set a release date, but the court did say the records could be made public within about 10 days. It all really depends on how quickly the clerks process the files and whether there are any new filings that would delay the disclosure. Epstein was arrested in July of 2019 on sex trafficking charges, just 1 month before he was found dead in a Brooklyn jail cell. Maxwell was convicted 2 years later for sex trafficking crimes and sentenced to 20 years behind bars. Well, you may have been hearing about that closure on I-40 westbound side in Putnam County. This happened at mile marker 277, an accident there. News Channel 5 reports the crash involved two commercial vehicles. One was also an empty tour bus and a passenger car. Now, at this time, there is one confirmed fatality. All the other occupants have been transported to hospitals for their injuries. Police are saying the roadway may be closed for a stretch of time. They were talking about it being opened at 8 o'clock this morning. Of course, that has long since passed. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is once again seeking to overturn his conviction in the murder of George Floyd and get a new trial. Chauvin's attorney is claiming that physicians who served as expert witnesses during Chauvin's trial gave faulty testimony about the cause of Floyd's death. He also says Chauvin the use of the knee-to-neck restraint on Floyd was a tactic that was consistent with Minneapolis Police Department policy, and that police officials lied during the trial when they said it was not part of MPD training. In 2023, Chauvin's appeal was rejected by the U.S. Supreme Court. That is the latest news. Stick around for weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Hey, it's Chris Hand here for my friends at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And our guys at Busy Bee are doing what they do, taking care of Middle Tennessee all Christmas season long. We're doing a lot today, thinking about a lot of people. And while you're thinking about everybody else, take some time to take care of your home, too. If you upgrade your water heater in December, Busy Bee is going to give you a free 10-year parts warranty. Now, some exclusions apply, but this is a real deal that is going to save you real money long term. They're also giving away free Beehive memberships all month long. Here's what you got to do. You bake a Buzz the Bee cookie, you snap a picture, you tag Busy Bee on social media. It is that easy, and the kids want to make cookies anyway. Do it for yourself. Get yourself a Beehive Club membership. Maybe you got company coming over to the house for the holidays. Do your air ducts need a little attention? Is it a little funky kind of smell coming out of the air ducts? Well, get them cleaned. Book the mid-tier package from Busy Bee. They'll bump you up to the deluxe level for free in honor of Christmas. Clog main line, they're still doing the 93 are free main line opening special. That means they clear it or you don't pay. This is Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, local company, hometown company, and they take care of people the right way. 615-775-7833, 615-775-7833, or find them online, busybeehvac.com. It's 10:36 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand. The show today is brought to you by our friends at the Salvation Army, the Forgotten Angels program. We're so excited to be down here at Nissan Stadium. Toy Field is happening right now, and this is it's a special day. We're very excited about it. The whole crew is out here. Ken Weaver is now out on location. Joan has run off. She's out of here. And she's gonna go take a nap. She's been out here since 5 a.m.
She's been out here a long time, Brother Chris.
I mean,
she was out here whenever it was 4 degrees, she told me.
I'm gonna tell you what, though. Ken Weaver showed up, and the field of toys started exploding.
Well, and I was telling everybody that on this football field, Ken Weaver can run a 4.40.
Oh yeah,
It'd be a 2.2 if he wouldn't fall down halfway.
Ken Weaver's here, and we're excited to have him. He's one of the best. I don't know if you knew this about Ken. He's the best.
Thank you, Brother Chris.
We're excited, though, because we got the whole team out here, and we're out here for the Salvation Army. And we're really excited about this. We got some great sponsors that are helping us out. Quick reminder, we're going to be out here till 7 o'clock. You're out here till 7 o'clock, man. You got a long day ahead of you. Matt Murphy's going to be doing his whole show out here live. Chad Benson's going to be doing his whole show out here live. So you have ample time to stop and grab a gift for a child or a senior on your lunch break, and then still swing by at the end of the day. We will be taking your toys up until 7 o'clock. Thanks to our great sponsor, A.O. Smith this hour, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. Bring one toy, bring 10 toys, bring a basketball hoop, bring some bikes, bring some coloring books, bring some crayons. There's nothing too big, there's nothing too small. It's going to make a difference. And you've probably had this with your kids, where it's like you'll get them the big gift, but then they're way more excited about this trinket that they got in the stocking. Like that's what sends them over the moon.
Yeah, my son would use the boxes, and he would build villages with the boxes for his Hot Wheel cars.
I love it. But this is what we do. You know, the kids will be grateful no matter what you can donate. So, again, bring 1, bring 10, whatever you can do to help us fill the field today. We appreciate you. Curbside drop-off in Lot K next to Gate 7. You'll find us between Gates 8 and 9. You are welcome to come in here. You're welcome to say hello. You're welcome to hang out with us. We actually encourage that. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to see you. And we'd love to say thank you in person for what you're doing for this community. All the toys, all the gifts for seniors, staying local. They're not going anywhere else. It's going to impact the kid or a senior here in Middle Tennessee. You're going to be that difference today. And I truly appreciate you being that difference today. We'll be talking more about Toy Field on the way. But in the meantime, I keep feeling like the outcast uncle at the family events yelling about immigration in the corner. All these people are coming in. And do you notice that, like, I keep getting side-eyed because the people be coming in, they're carrying like princess dolls, and they got Elsa and Anna. They're very excited. I'm like, Somalia, and they're just like, what is that guy yelling about?
Yeah, you're the uncle at Christmas right before gift opening time. He says, just a moment. We're going to say a word of prayer, and then I'm going to learn you about immigration.
People don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. You know? It's just the facts of the matter.
Then we'll open gifts.
Then we'll open gifts after I learn you something. But we're really excited, and this is a good cause. We're truly grateful for the sponsors, for the community members that are coming down here and stepping up in a big way. I mean, you're looking at these toys, and it's like, man, there's so many kids already that are going to be impacted by this and have such a great Christmas.
Yes, sir. That
it's truly amazing. Blessed to be a part of it. Thank you to Cumulus Broadcasting for letting us do stuff like this. We're overwhelmed. It's that time of year where it truly is about others, and this is one of those events that really hammers it home.
Yes, sir.
And maybe you're listening to us and you're way too far away. You know how big our signal is. Well, figure out a way that you can do it on your own. You know, don't let the pebble in the water not ripple out. Do something. Figure something out. If you're now down by Nissan Stadium, join us out here today. You can swing through. It'll take you 30 seconds to drop off a toy. You can grab one on your lunch break now. You can swing by on your way out of work, and it'll be super easy for you, super quick. We appreciate you doing so, and thank you again for doing so. So we were talking about a little while ago. I am the uncle yelling about immigration. This is what I do. And we were talking about J.B. Pritzker letting all the illegal aliens out of jail, averaging at least 5 a day illegal aliens out of jail in Illinois since Trump took office. Illegal aliens that should have been held on a detainer, should have been transferred over to ICE, should not be in this country. We're talking murderers. We're talking burglars. We're talking sex crimes. The worst of the worst. But they don't want to turn them over in the jails because then they would lose a talking point screaming about how ICE is a military occupation in the streets. You understand that, right? We all understand that. We talked about how California, they're canceling their Christmas parades over fears of immigration enforcement. It's like, man, if I heard a town was canceling a Christmas parade because of fears of immigration enforcement, that would be a town I'd circle on the map for immigration enforcement. Like, what are you doing? And I also don't envision a world where ICE is going to be asking Santa for his papers. But, leave it to the Democrats to fearmonger. I'm actually more impressed that they have a Christmas parade still in California. It's not just the parade. So,
yeah,
that's nice.
Celebration.
That's nice. Donald Trump and his administration has recently said that they're going to be charging illegal aliens $5,000 in an apprehension fee. I don't know how many illegal aliens are actually going to pay the apprehension fee, but I love the energy behind it. The Biden administration, they gave $5,000 to the illegal aliens. I feel like that was on the low end. Hey, welcome. Here's an apartment. Here's a cell phone. Here's a ride to work. Here's a job that you're taking from an American, and here's $5,000 on an EBT card. The Trump administration is like, no, we're going the other way. You owe us $5,000. We had to come find you. You owe us. And I love the energy. You had Chief Michael Banks tweeting out yesterday, under 8, USC 1815, all illegal aliens age 14 or older who entered the United States without inspection will be assessed a $5,000 apprehension fee. In addition, violations under 8 USC 2339 and 8 USC 1324 will also apply. This message is to all illegal aliens, regardless of where they entered, how long they've been in the U.S., their current location, or any ongoing immigration proceedings. Again, I don't know how many illegal aliens are going to pay that fee. But I love the energy behind it because we've seen the energy completely shift on the border. Donald Trump has secured the border. 9 months. It took like 2 weeks for him to seal the border, let's be perfectly honest. But he didn't need a new law on the books. He didn't need anything. He just needed to enforce the laws that were there. And it's a complete departure from what we saw during the Biden administration. The Biden administration let everyone in. The Biden administration actively fought against states trying to secure their own border. It's not missed on me. I don't forget that they sued Arizona when Arizona was putting up shipping containers to build their own wall. I don't forget that the Biden administration sued them to remove those. I don't forget that the Biden administration sued Texas to remove the buoys from the Rio Grande. I don't forget that the Biden administration sued Texas to remove the razor wire from Eagle Pass. I don't forget that the Biden administration sent their own federal officers down there with a freaking forklift to lift the razor wire so illegal aliens could scale underneath it. I don't forget these things, and I don't think you should either. Biden was warned. He was warned that his border plan and his policies would lead to chaos. He was warned by his advisors, and he did it anyway. Chaos was always the plan. But we're getting this story. In 2020, Joe Biden's advisors warned in a memo of chaos that would unfold if Biden pursued his immigration plans. However, he ignored the warning after entering office. The New York Times just reported that during Biden's presidential campaign, his advisors had offered a range of options to avert that crisis, deter migrants. However, while Biden seemed to grasp the risk, he and his top aides failed to act on the recommendations. Yeah, he grasped the risk because he wanted this to happen. You can't tell me any different. When they send their own agents down there to lift the razor wire with a forklift, to let the illegal aliens scurry underneath, how can you say he didn't want this to happen? The advisors wrote in the August 2020 memo, a potential surge could create chaos and a humanitarian crisis, overwhelm processing capabilities, and imperil the agenda of the new administration. The memo came in response to the Biden campaign's promises alongside COVID economic hardships and rebound from the Trump administration that they could result in a spike in border crossings. And you know what the Biden administration said? The Biden administration said, perfect. This is exactly what we want. The advisors offered a range of options for the incoming Biden administration, including making it easier to quickly reject asylum claims, transferring some migrants to other countries, continuing the Trump administration's Remain in Mexico policy, and holding people in reception centers until their cases could be heard. But despite all those warnings, Biden entered office and issued a 100-day pause on deportations, ended the construction of the border wall, sold the remaining materials, suspended the Remain in Mexico policy, narrowed the categories of unauthorized migrants who would be targeted for arrest, sent draft legislation to Congress that would create a pathway to citizenship for those in the country illegally, among other actions. And we saw what the result was. Many feel it more personally than we do. And I'm reminded of the mother of Rachel Marin, Patty Marin, who I've met, and you know, she knows the realities of Biden's open border all too intimately. I'm reminded of the mother of Jocelyn Nungary. She knows the realities of Biden's open border all too intimately. Blake and Riley. See, the problem is we could go on and on and on about the victims of Biden's open border. But what the New York Times is reporting today is that not only did Biden's policies trash this country, but he knew and was warned that they would trash the country. Now, to be fair, it was Joe Biden, so they could have told him that, and he could have forgot 10 minutes later and never thought about it again. But the people around him knew what they were doing, and they decided to do it anyway. That's evil. I don't know how you describe that any other way than evil. It's insane. Biden officials had also advocated for using federal resources to help migrants reach their destinations, but in coordination with the cities receiving them. Yeah, we saw that. We saw that with the flights. But this was also reflected in Texas Governor Greg Abbott's campaign to bus illegal immigrants to Democrat-run cities across the country. Biden senior advisors refused the idea, they say. The Times reported that Abbott's busing of illegal immigrants made many Biden officials come to view Mr. Abbott's campaign as the point the Democrats lost, as the point the Democrats lost the debate on immigration. Yeah. Well, they all lost their mind when they sent the illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard, right? all the rich liberals in Martha's Vineyard said, whoa, 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 whoa. We meant Chicago and New York. What are you doing here? Yeah, that was when they lost the point. That was when they jumped the shark. It's insane. These are things that we all knew. These are things that the Trump administration are working so hard to fix. And we're seeing it every day. We're seeing the increased risk of violence towards our ICE agents, our Border Patrol agents, and we continue to pray for them during this season and until they get everything under control. And I hope you continue to pray for them too. What we've seen has just been insane, from the rhetoric to the actual violence, the bullets flying. And I pray that they stay safe as we move toward the holiday season and that they get to spend Christmas with their families and we don't see another heartbreaking story. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't think we'd see that. I would. But I pray we don't. In the meantime, we're still down here, Nissan Stadium. I am the uncle at the family gathering in the corner yelling about immigration. I'll continue to do so happily. We got Ken Weaver in attendance. We got the entire Cumulus Broadcasting family is out here. Our sister stations, 104.5 The Zone, 92Q, among others, are in attendance. We're collecting a field of toys for kids in Middle Tennessee, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angel program. We can't do it without you. We can't do it without our amazing sponsors, A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. These guys stepped up, but we need you to step up and fill the gap as well. Can you grab a toy for a child today and meet us down at Nissan Stadium? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, if you can do crazy, we're not against it. If you can deliver a four-wheeler, we'll take it. If you can deliver a basketball hoop, by all means. If you can bring the bike rack from Walmart, cool. But as we were talking about earlier, a coloring book goes a long way. You know, and I've had many Christmases where I think the big gift I get for my kids is going to be the one that really hits the home run. But it's like the little gift in the stocking that made the biggest impact.
Always.
The size of the gift doesn't matter. It's making sure that the kid has something to open on Christmas morning. You can be that difference maker. Your gift could be the difference between a sad Christmas or a happy, joyful Christmas. So please, we're asking you, step up today. join our wonderful sponsors. Join the many Tennesseans who have already stopped down here and donating some toys and donated some gift for seniors. We need you. We're going to be at between gates 8 and 9. And we're going to be here till 7 o'clock tonight. The entire station is doing their shows out here live. We've already seen a ton of toys dropped off. Still a long way to go. If you're in or around downtown, Nissan Stadium is an easy stop. South End Zone Plaza, gates 8 and 9 until 7 p.m. Bring a toy, make a difference. It is that simple. Thanks to our friends at A.O. Smith. Thanks to Wayne's Pest Control. Thank you to Nashville Tent and Awning. Thank you to the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program. This is an unbelievably good cause to get behind, and we ask you to do that. It's 10:51. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Well, a kid took a gun to school today in Tennessee. We'll tell you about that story and other top stories coming up at 11 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Ken Weaver in the toy field. He's out here live with us at Nissan Stadium. I'm glad you're here, Brother Ken.
I'm glad to be here, Brother
We're
Chris.
we're out here with our friends, the Salvation Army, the Forgotten Angels program. We are seeing a lot of families stopping by. I've seen a couple co-workers show up together. We got church groups stopping by, and actually, Comprehensive Security. Our friends Tim and Kim Poteet, they just showed up with a U-Haul full of toys. Did you see that?
Yes.
It was like arms full.
Yes.
There was like 15 people that needed to unload that U-Haul.
Right. And I'm still going to go play with that bucket truck.
Man.
And pretend that I'm fixing down the power lines in tornado season.
It's incredible. We're getting a lot of Legos. We're getting some scooters. I see some. We need some bikes. We need some more bikes.
Yeah, we are. We could use some more bicycles, definitely.
We absolutely could. The other thing I want to point out is we have a lot of toys for kids. But one of the undersold parts of this is the seniors. There are a lot of seniors in Middle Tennessee that don't have anything to open up on Christmas, that are going to be spending Christmas alone. You could make a huge difference, and it's not like a big ask. Like, it could be something like a crossword puzzle, comfy socks, a nice blanket, maybe a Bible, maybe a coffee mug. You know, just think outside the box. A scented candle. These are the things that could really make a difference for a senior and let them know that they're loved, they're special, they're important on Christmas morning. We need you guys to step up and help us. Keep it coming. This need this year is huge, and new unwrapped toys or gifts for kids and seniors. We'll do the rest of the work for you. You show up, we'll unload everything for you. There's a pull-up, curbside pickup and drop-off in Lot K. So you just pull up. Our volunteers will grab everything and walk it on in for you. So if you're on a time crunch on your lunch break, you don't even have to stress. This is a huge need. We need you to step up. We've had some great sponsors. Shout out to our friends at Wayne Pest Control, A.O. Smith, Nashville Tent and Awning, and shout out to y'all. Hey, by the way, have you heard the Jasmine Crockett Senate announcement video yet?
I have not.
Oh, I'm going to play it for you when we get back.
Excelente El Presidente.
Well, funny you mentioned that. It's actually just a highlight reel of President Trump. We'll talk about Jasmine Crockett launching her bid for U.S. Senate last night when we return. It's 11 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It is 11 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. And authorities say a Stone Elementary student in Crossville is charged with threatening mass violence on school property. The threat was reported by classmates on Monday, quickly investigated by law enforcement and school officials. Now, no weapons were found. Officials say there was no immediate danger. The juvenile is still facing a felony charge under Tennessee law. Here in Nashville, a former fast food restaurant manager is behind bars charged with sexually assaulting a teenage employee. Police say 27-year-old Malcolm Grant exposed himself and rubbed against a 17-year-old during training in February. Security footage confirmed the allegations. Grant was fired immediately. He is now in Metro Jail on a $30,000 bond. He faces felony sexual battery and indecent exposure charges. President Trump tonight in Northeast Pennsylvania expected to tout his economic policies that he'll say have delivered for Americans. The president facing pushback from within his own party that he's not doing enough to address rising costs. And he isn't talking about pocketbook issues enough or the cost of food, clothing, and other everyday items, according to some in his own party. In an interview with Politico on Monday, the president said he gives the economy high marks. He says a plus, end quote. A recent Gallup poll finds only 36% of Americans approve of Trump's handling of the economy, 62% disapprove. And part of the holiday shopping season is a whole lot of returns, and now some stores are charging you more to ship back some unwanted purchases. The National Retail Federation says nearly 3/4 of all stores are now charging some sort of return fee. This is money you don't get back when you buy a package online and return it in the mail. So as you're checking off that holiday list, or if you get a gift in the mail you don't like, here are some big brands charging return fees. They're sometimes called restocking fees. For Marshalls and TJ Maxx, it's now just under $12 per package. Some other fees, Macy's charges $10, JCPenney and J. Crew charge about $8 in return fees. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
It's 11:05 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand down here at Nissan Stadium, Toy Field. We're benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. We're really blessed to be a part of this, and watching this mountain of toys grow has filled up my heart with so much joy, and I just want to thank everybody for coming through and making their donations for kids in Middle Tennessee, for the seniors in Middle Tennessee. We're in the final stretch of the show as we kick off hour number 3, but Toy Field is going to be continuing tonight through 7 o'clock. Chad Benson's going to be taking over for me at noon. Then Matt Murphy comes in at 3, and he's going to close the thing out. We're in the South End Zone Plaza. Gates 8 and 9. You can't miss the tents. You can't miss all the volunteers. Make a quick stop. It's going to mean everything to so many families across Middle Tennessee. Thanks to our friends at Nashville Tent and Awning for helping make this possible. Did they actually donate the tent? Is this a Nashville tent from Nashville Tent and Awning? I think it is.
That's a pretty nice tent.
And it's keeping us very warm. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it is.
I just walked out there to go use the restroom, and it's a lot colder out there than it is inside this tent.
Sir.
I can tell you that much. Shout out to Nashville Tent and Awning. But listen, we need you guys to step up. We need you guys to make sure no kid, no senior goes without something on Christmas morning. So please, make a huge difference. Bring a coloring book. Bring some crayons. Bring some Play-Doh. Maybe God's blessed you and it's a little bit more in your budget. You can step it up. Maybe you could go with some bikes. Maybe you could go with a basketball hoop. Maybe, just maybe, you could bring a dirt bike or a four-wheeler. Maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I might try that.
And we could test drive.
We would have to for safety.
Yeah.
we wouldn't want some kid to get hurt.
It's all about safety.
It's
for
all
the
about
children.
safety. So if you got some time, again, between gates 8 and 9, if you're down near Nissan Stadium, we want to see you. If you don't have any time, you only got like 2 minutes to spare, there is curbside drop-off at gate 7. The volunteers will run out to your car. They'll grab it from your car. You can just keep on moving. It's that simple. Thank you to everybody for showing up and helping us benefit the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angel program. Thank you so much. We're truly grateful, and we just ask you to find it in your heart to donate. As we continue, I did say let's talk a little bit more about Jasmine Crockett. I'm excited about midterms. I like our chances in the midterms. And I think that we got a long time. There's some energy that we need to bring back to the game. And when I see a Democrat like Jasmine Crockett enter the race, I'm like, oh, that's the spark we need. This is the kind of energy we need to bring to the table. She just announced her U.S. Senate campaign yesterday, and you have to wonder if this is a royal screw-up because her campaign launch video is just her staring at a camera while Donald Trump repeatedly calls her low IQ.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Her arms. She smiles, and it says Crockett for U.S. Senate. Crockett. Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett is running for the U.S. Senate. So she launched it with that video online. Then she had a big speech last night, and she's standing behind a podium. She had teleprompters, of course. And she's got well, when you hear her talk, it's actually maybe it's not enough, of course. But she's got a new slogan. It's called Texas Tough. And I made the comment earlier, I think that at the end of this Senate race, she's going to be Texas toast because I don't see her getting past Ken Paxton. I don't see her getting past John Cornyn. And she wouldn't even be able to get past Wesley Hunt. And I don't mean that to demean Wesley Hunt. I actually like Wesley Hunt a lot. Those are the three Republicans in the primary. Cornyn is your incumbent. Ken Paxton is the favorite and leading the polling. Wesley Hunt is the up-and-comer. Wesley's 44, good guy, good family, 3 kids, Christian. I like what I've seen of him. He just doesn't have the name recognition to get over the hump, and that's just the reality of the situation. John Cornyn doesn't look like he's going to be winning. It does look like Ken Paxton's going to get through that primary. But whoever faces Jasmine Crockett is just really, really blessed to have an opponent like this. This was her announcement speech last night.
When Texas turns blue, it won't be because of any one candidate, but because of each and every one of you doing your part. Turning Texas blue is what I want to talk to y'all about today. Now, there are those that say, ain't no way, we done tried it 50 kinds of ways. Let me be clear, y'all ain't never tried it the JC way. We used to telling us what I can't do.
Well, we used to telling us what I can't do. Is that the new? People don't say it be like it is, but it do.
That's what it is.
People be texting. We used to telling us what we can't do.
We used to telling us what I can't do. But they have no idea what Crockett's crew will do. And so I just want to be clear.
Crockett's crew. Crockett's crew. My wife texted me. I played that earlier. She's like, is she channeling her inner Beyonce, like the Beyonce beehive? It's the Crockett crew. Maybe.
And so I just want to be clear for all the haters in the back. Listen up real loud. We gonna get this thing done.
Yeah, I mean, if by done you mean eventually it will end, I would say yes, you can get it done. If by done you mean when, I say no, things won't be getting done. Things won't be getting done at all. In fact, I mean, she's oblivious to the fact that Trump won by 14, apparently, because won Texas by 14. Because last night she's on CNN, she's talking about it. She goes, "I don't need no Trump voters." You sure about that?
How will you make voters who previously have voted for Trump, particularly given that you have been an outspoken critic and he has inserted himself? Just take your campaign video as is. He has inserted himself at every turn when it comes to your commentary. How will you convert those who are supportive of him to voters for you?
Yeah, I don't know that we'll necessarily convert all of Trump's supporters. That's not our goal.
Do you need to?
Our goal is to definitely talk to people. No, we don't. We don't need to.
No, we don't. We don't need to. Wasn't it, refresh my memory. Wasn't it Jasmine Crockett who just a few weeks ago was like, you know who's coming up to me in the airport? All the time. I'm getting Trump voters coming up to me in the airport. They're saying we like you. We like you a lot. Wasn't that just her a couple weeks? Now today she doesn't need the Trump voters. I think Trump voters do like her a lot, and I think we like her a lot because she's, well, I feel like she's more useful to us than she is the Democrats. People don't think it'd be like it is, but it do.
Our goal is to make sure that we can engage people that historically have not been talked to, because there's so many people that get ignored, specifically in the state of Texas. Listen, the state of Texas is 61% people of color. We have a lot of good folk that we can talk to. We know that when Beto came really close, Beto, who is a progressive, we know that he got 65% of the Latino vote. So what did they do after that? They specifically went after Latinos. We know that he got close to 90% or right there at 90% of the African American vote. So honestly, what we need to do is start talking to the vast majority of Texas. I think my message is very much a mainstream message. I don't know who disagrees with the fact that affordability is a real thing, except for the president, who says it's a Democratic hoax.
Now, okay, I've made this point before, and I'll make it again. The hoax is the emphasis on affordability. The hoax is not taking into account what the president has already done. We saw just a few days ago eliminating the Biden-era CAFE standards. Did the Biden administration care about affordability at all when they were making your cars more expensive because they were saying that they needed to be this fuel efficient by this date? You needed these emission standards. Did they make it easier on the car manufacturers? No. Did they make your cars cheaper? No. Trump is reshoring manufacturing slowly but surely. We haven't seen the fruit from it yet. Admittedly, we all know it, but we're going to. We haven't seen the fruit from the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. We haven't seen the tax returns at the beginning of this year. We haven't seen the fruit from the big, beautiful bill. It hasn't kicked in yet. Trump is doing a lot when it comes to affordability. There will be people that say, no, he's losing on that issue. Maybe on the messaging currently, but I have a feeling that in a few months, we're going to see the affordability be a huge asset for the Trump administration. Much like they harped and hemmed and hawed on eggs, we're going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to argue with it. You've seen the gas prices coming down. We've all seen the gas prices coming down. It was like $2.25 in Murfreesboro yesterday. This is massive. Trump is doing his due diligence on the economy. He's doing everything he can, and it seems like the media is really trying to wish cast massive price hikes that haven't materialized. We saw inflation hold steady. Consumer inflation expectations hold steady. This is a good thing. We're not seeing inflation spike. This is a good thing. But they would tell us the tariffs in June, they said, just wait. In August, they say it's only a matter of time. Yesterday, they put out a headline that only so long until you feel the inflation. We're waiting. We're waiting. And in reality, Americans are earning back purchasing power that they lost under Biden. It's going to take time. When you have 9% inflation from a previous administration, it's going to take time. The only thing that you can criticize Trump on is the messaging. That's it. He's putting the work in. He's trying to make right the ship, but it's going to take time. Again, we're seeing gas prices average under $3 in the country. That's massive. It's massive. Kevin Hassett said that there's huge amounts of positive news that Trump is going to be bringing to us this week on the economy, and he said so on CNBC yesterday.
There's a huge amount of positive news that the president is going to be breaking this week about the economy. You know, we've got a person who actually approached the studio with me, walked with me, who's tracking the openings, the groundbreakings for the new factories that are, you know, in the trillions of dollars of announcements that the president's been making.
$18 trillion in investments so far under President Trump. Biden had $1 trillion in 4 years. We haven't seen, like Kevin Hassett just mentioned, we haven't seen the groundbreaking in a lot of these factories yet. But when we do, that's construction jobs. When the factories are finished, that's real jobs that are going to stay there for a long time. We haven't seen the fruit.
And we're up to almost 30 of those that actually the groundbreakings have happened. And so there's a lot of positive news that's positive for people's jobs, for people's incomes, and for inflation. And President Trump is just going to go out there and remind people of that. But in the end, again, going back to the eye on the horizon, that President Trump's economic policies were profoundly popular just before COVID in his first term because he had $6,500 of income growth after the big tax cuts. And so right now we're going into next year where the typical person who's got no tax on tips, no tax on overtime is probably going to see an extra $1,600 to $2,000. A lot of that will come as tax refunds in the beginning of the year. That kind of stuff is going to make it so that people are going to look at their wallets and say, oh boy, this guy's really making me better off. And in the end, that's more important than any poll.
He's absolutely right. And as you're seeing your wages go up, you see an extra $1,600 to $2,000 in your paycheck yearly. You're also going to see your energy prices coming down. This is going to be massive. But people want to hem and haw and say, it's not on the timeline that I want. I want it right now. I understand, and I do too. I got 4 kids. We all understand. We all understand the cost of things are too high. But that's not Trump's fault. And Trump is doing what he can to fix it. I think that come 6 months from now, there's going to be a very different economic outlook in this country. And all the naysayers are going to have to eat that. And I'm sure they will. Jasmine Crockett is talking about affordability. She's going to use that until she can't. And I think that pretty soon she won't be able to. She's running for the Senate. Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, says she's going to be pummeled. He's absolutely right. And I can't wait for all the stuff that they're going to dig up on Jasmine Crockett. It's already beginning. I don't know if you've seen this. It's already beginning. When she first got into Congress in 2023, she called Texas deplorable.
In fact, Ms. Perry, I know your organization, the Heritage Foundation, loves Texas. Ooh, they love Texas. They always sending us some nonsense bills that somehow set this country on the wrong trajectory. They send them to Texas. They send them to Florida. Every deplorable state that we can think about, they usually coming out of y'all's think tank.
So you're running for Senate in a deplorable state? You know, she had also mentioned Beto O'Rourke got 65% of the Hispanic vote. And it's like, okay, well, Donald Trump made some huge gains too. You want to know why? Because the radical leftist policies of transing kids doesn't mix with the Christian community that's Hispanic. Black votes. Donald Trump did gangbusters with the black vote. And the Republican for Senate in Texas is going to do the same thing. Why? Because they're seeing the opportunities come back. The jobs aren't going to illegal aliens any longer. The illegal aliens aren't pouring in any longer. Do you want a radical leftist to be your senator? To reverse course? No, nobody wants that. Jasmine Crockett's going to lose that race, and we're going to be entertained the entire time. It's 11:20 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Just a reminder, we are out at Nissan Stadium. And we're going to be out here all day. My show ends at noon, but then Chad Benson's going to be in here till 3, Matt Murphy in here till 7 o'clock, and we are asking you to join us. Toy Field is happening right now, live at Nissan Stadium, South End Zone Plaza between gates 8 and 9. We're building a field of toys for the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. Swing by until 7 today. Drop off a new unwrapped toy or a gift for a senior. There's curbside pickup and in parking lot K right in front of gate 7. Easy in, easy out. You want to come in, you want to say hi to us. We're between gates 8 and 9, and we want to see you. It's brought to us by some great sponsors. A.O. Smith, those guys are fantastic. Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning, and more. And it's brought to us really by you. These kids are going to have an amazing Christmas because of your donation. These seniors are going to have something open up on Christmas morning because of your donation. We want to see you out here. Toy Field happening right now at Nissan Stadium with Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here from my friends at USS, United Structural Systems. Let me ask you something. Walk around your house, look for red flags, look for warning signs. Are your floors sagging? Are cracks showing up in the drywall? Doors that won't shut right? These aren't little blemishes in your home. They are those red flags. And they're trying to tell you that something beneath your feet might not be up to par. See, a solid foundation is going to be the backbone of a strong home, and when it weakens, it's only going to get worse over time. You've never heard somebody just ignore the foundation issue and then it fixes itself. It doesn't happen. This is why we stand behind USS, United Structural Systems. They've been doing this work since 1994, keeping Tennessee homes dry, stable, and secure the way they should be. See, USS uses American-made adjustable steel supports, built to last, backed with a transferable warranty. From I-beams to custom crawl space repair, they'll fix it right the first time, and they're sending you a pro, not a sales guy. They have no problem telling you it's a cheap, quick, easy fix. They also have no problem telling you if you need a bit more of an extensive plan, a bit more work underneath the floor. And when it comes to your home, call the people we trust, United Structural Systems. Don't kick the can down the road anymore. Call them today, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or find them online, USSTN.com.
A coalition called Restore Our Fairgrounds has filed a petition. They don't like auto racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We'll tell you about that story and more coming up at 11:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
So what would they restore the fairgrounds to?
I don't know. You're just going to have to wait and find out, Brother Chris.
Heck of a tease. Ken Weaver's in the In the toy field. Yeah, I was going to say the newsroom. But he's just in the middle of the toy field. He's just ranting. We're down here at the Nissan Stadium, and we are that family member at your Christmas get together, because all the radio stations are down here, and like 104.5 The Zone and 92Q, and they're all doing nice things, and they're talking about nice things, and then we're over here like, Jasmine Crockett's an idiot. Have you seen this?
We're not opening gifts tonight.
Have you
kids.
seen this? But no, the reason we're down here is Toy Field, man, and we're so excited, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. If you're heading home early, swing through Lot K, drop off your donation. Forgotten Angels serves the kids and seniors who oftentimes, through no fault of their own, fall through the cracks. And this is the time of year where we say, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let a kid go without something on Christmas morning. We're not going to let a senior feel alone and isolated. No. We've been blessed, and we have the ability to make a difference, and it's going to impact individuals right here in Middle Tennessee. You're going to be the reason a kid in Middle Tennessee has something under the tree in the morning. You're going to be the reason a senior doesn't feel isolated. And we are truly appreciative of you. Let's make sure that these kids, these seniors, aren't forgotten this Christmas. Thanks to our great sponsors, A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. We're going to be out here all day long till 7 o'clock. It's been filling up. It's been filling up bigly. I'm seeing Monopoly, Tonka trucks, a lot of Nerf guns. But we need some bikes.
That is a massive Nerf gun right there.
Dude, that's a Nerf cannon.
The X-Shot.
Fully auto. It looks like it has a bump stock.
Oh! Look out for that.
It's a Nerf gun with a bump stock. That thing is sick. But there's a lot of great toys here. But don't overthink it. A coloring book goes just as far as a Nerf gun with a bump stock. There's all sorts of kids that want all sorts of gifts. You can make a difference this holiday season.
Yes.
Join us at Nissan Stadium. We really do need you out here. You can drop it off in front of Gate 7 if you don't want to get out of your car, or you can join us between Gates 8 and 9 and just hang out for a little while. Check out what we're doing. Just admire how generous Middle Tennessee is this time of year. I know that's what I've been doing all show. It truly is a blessing to be a part of. Shout out to the Forgotten Angels program from the Salvation Army. Shout out to everybody working here, volunteering here at Toy Field. And if you want to make a difference, this is the way to do it. Stop by somewhere right now. If you're out on your lunch break, grab a toy. You can stop by anywhere. Kroger, the gas station, Dollar General, Walmart, whatever's close. Everywhere sells toys. Grab something. And then when you're coming home from work or you're swinging by on your lunch break, drop it off. We'll take it off your hands. We'll make sure it gets somewhere very much needed this holiday season. It's 11:30. This is Super Talk, 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. A coalition called Restore Our Fairgrounds has filed a petition to end racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. The group wants to remove racing from the Metro Charter and open the property to housing, green space, and retail. Supporters say the current location creates noise, traffic, and environmental concerns. They're going to need 50 to 60,000 signatures to get it on the November 2026 ballot. Tennessee lawmakers considering paying student teachers to help ease the state's teacher shortage. The proposal would provide monthly stipends during their semester of full-time classroom work, which is currently unpaid. Supporters say the plan could attract more candidates and reduce financial stress for future educators. The General Assembly will take up the measure when it reconvenes in January. Here's some money news. In-N-Out Burger finally opening in Tennessee. The first two locations in Lebanon and Antioch open tomorrow. And then in Murfreesboro, that follows on Friday. Franklin is coming early next year. Meanwhile, say it isn't true, Whataburger is closing 4 of its Middle Tennessee locations next week. The closures include one in Mount Juliet on Lebanon Road, one in Murfreesboro on Memorial, and 2 in Clarksville on North 2nd Street and Haynes Street. The last day for all 4 Whataburger restaurants I just mentioned is Monday, December 15th. The company says it's part of a business review to focus on growth in other areas. Safety advocates and emergency room doctors are issuing their annual plea to the do-it-yourself community. Leave the exterior decorating to the professionals, they say. The holidays are filled with potential dangers, from cooking fires to toys that pose a choking hazard. Falls from ladders while stringing Christmas lights or cleaning gutters account for 17% of holiday hospital visits, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. The agency recommends using a ladder that's in good condition on the ground that's flat and stable with a spotter present to watch for trouble. Better yet, says the commission, hire a pro to do the job. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand on 99.7 WTN here for my friend Aaron Parker from Parker Safes and Vaults. Let me tell you something. Santa can carry a lot, but he's not hauling down a 1,200-pound safe down the chimney. That's not the way it works. That's where Parker Safes and Vaults in Shelbyville comes in. This is a Tennessee veteran-owned Christian family business protecting what matters since 2009. First place I actually heard about Aaron Parker and Parker Safes and Vaults in Shelbyville was YouTube, of all places. I was looking at safe reviews, and I came across Aaron's page. Just search for Parker Safes and Vaults, and they have a ton of reviews on all the safes that they sell. And their safes aren't toys. These are real heavy-duty gun safes, fire-rated, theft-resistant. They'll secure your firearms the right way, but they'll also protect the things that your wife or your mama in Tennessee would love as well. Jewelry, family heirlooms, passports, photo albums, the stuff you wouldn't want to lose in a fire. Aaron Parker is a former Air Force security and park ranger, and he'll help you choose the right safe for your home and your budget. Then Aaron and his sons deliver it and install it themselves discreetly and professionally. Here's the Christmas bonus for you. Mention the Chris Hand Show this December. You'll get a free gift with your new safe. This is going to be something every gun owner can use. Give Aaron a call today. Talk to Parker Safes and Vaults. 931-842-6445. 931-842-6445. Or find them online, parkersafes.com. feel you. Hang on, I got it. It's 11:37 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand. Shout out to my man Oscar for coming through. What's up, dude? You doing all right? Thank you for donating some toys. We're out here at Nissan Stadium. Toy Field is happening. It's an awesome program, man. Benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. Every year we do this. We make sure that there is no kid in Middle Tennessee going without something underneath their tree on Christmas. We make sure that no senior in Middle Tennessee is feeling isolated and alone on Christmas morning. That's an undersold aspect of this. How many seniors do feel alone on Christmas morning? How many seniors do feel forgotten on Christmas morning? And we got a lot of toys coming in, and that's been an absolute blessing. We thank you for that, but I just implore you not to forget about our seniors. And I mean, what do you get a senior? Well, I got some ideas for you. None of these are going to break the bank. None of these are an over-the-top ask. But just something simple, crossword puzzles, comfy socks, blankets, coffee mugs, hot chocolate, maybe a Bible. Just think outside the box. Think about what Grandma would like. Maybe a scented candle. These things will make a huge difference, and we ask you to help us do that. We're excited to be doing this with our friends at the Salvation Army. We're excited to be partnering with some great sponsors, A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. None of this would be possible without the sponsors that we have, and we thank them for what they're doing. We're going to be here until 7 o'clock. Plenty of time left to make a difference. Plenty of time left to make a difference. You can make a plan now to grab a toy on your lunch break and then make a plan to drop it off after you get out of work. Every toy, every gift for a senior stays right here in our community. South End Plaza between gates 8 and 9 at Nissan Stadium. Come fill the field with us. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Nashville Tent and Awning, for supporting Toy Field, providing us with a great tent to sit under. It's just a blessing. It's watching all this fill up during my show has just been that's been a blessing, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. Thank you to Cumulus Broadcasting for making this happen as well. That being said, we're still going to stick with the game plan, and the game plan goes like this. It's time for the lightning round.
It's the lightning round with Chris Hand.
I threw Mason off a little bit with the timing. I know I did.
I'll be honest, I just misclicked and it was an on.
All right. I thought I threw you off a minute.
I was ready.
Me and Ken, if you're watching the YouTube stream, we kind of both just looked at each other.
I was giving you the finger shove.
He was gonna start making his own lightning sound effects. So there's some good stuff in the lightning round today. First story in the lightning round. Tell me how you feel about this. I don't know how I feel, but I like the idea of this. I'm not sure what it looks like in execution. Secretary Duffy, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, was at the airport in Arlington, Virginia yesterday, and he was flanked by RFK Jr., and they had a Maha moment. And they're considering some outside-the-box things in an airport. And we'll talk. Let me play the clip from Duffy, and then we'll talk about what he's considering, okay? This is Secretary Duffy yesterday at Reagan National Airport.
Pretty wide open on what airports want to ask for a grant, but it might be, I want to expand the play areas for kids. I want additional nursing pods for nursing mothers. Maybe I want a workout area where people might get some blood flow and doing some pull-ups or some step-ups in the airport. But it could be any range of things. Maybe
they're trying to transform airports. He said it's the most sedentary place that you go as an American citizen is the airport. And I like the play areas for kids. I actually think that's a great idea, just as a dad. But I started to question things when he starts bringing up workout areas. You know, I'm old enough to remember that just a few weeks ago before Thanksgiving, he was telling us that we need to dress up nicely for the airport, not wear pajamas. And now he's going to be installing pull-up bars at the airport. So I might be sitting next to a guy in a nice suit, but he's going to be very, very sweaty from working out and smelling. I'm not sure that in practice that's going to be as great as we think it would be. Would you want to sit next to a sweaty gentleman on your flight?
Probably not.
Probably not.
In fact, there's no probably. No.
Imagine fighting for that. You ever do the arm wrest battle? Imagine doing that and the guy's forearm is drippy.
I only do that if it's a kid beside me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll get my butt kicked.
You got to work on the look. You give the kid the look, there's no battle happening. Pull-up bars in the airport. Airports are one of the most sedentary places that we are in America. Not a fan. It's just, again, I'm not going to use it, but I know without a shadow of a doubt the person who gets seated next to me will have. And for that reason, I'm out on pull-up bars at the airport. Got another story for you here in the lightning round. We've been talking a lot about gifts. Today. We're at Nissan Stadium. We're at Toy Field. We're benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program. We've been saying, listen, no gift is too big, no gift is too small, but there are gifts that are wrong. And I'll tell you about it. We don't want this book. We don't want you to bring this book down to Toy Field. There's a new book aimed at 5-year-olds, and it's about abortion. A radical abortion group is selling a children's book that frames killing unborn babies and abortions as a superpower. These people are sick. Shout Your Abortion has been promoting a book aimed at children 5 to 8 years old called Abortion is Everything, which will begin shipping to purchasers in January of 2026. A description on the organization's website says the book tells children about what abortion is, how it might feel, and why people have abortions. There's no reason a 5 to 8-year-old needs to read this book. If there's an adult that thinks a 5 to 8-year-old needs to read this book, I'm gonna show you an adult that is demonic and evil. Shout Your Abortion. The description of the book reads, with accessible, inclusive language, Abortion is Everything frames abortion as the actualization of a uniquely human superpower. Our capacity to imagine the future and make choices that lead us toward the life we envision. Abortion is a tool that allows human beings to shape our own destinies, and which has shaped the entire world around us, the description of the book reads. Parents, caregivers, and educators who work with children have long been searching for a toolkit to talk with kids about abortion, especially given the volume of political noise surrounding the issue. If you buy this for a 5 to 8-year-old, you're an evil person. If you think this is a good idea for a 5 to 8-year-old, you are an evil person. Do you know what 5 to 8-year-olds should be worried about? Just fun. The most stressful thing in their life should be like the math test that's coming on Friday, not a book about abortion. If you do this, you're ruining this kid's childhood. You're a psycho. If you buy a book like this for a child that's 5 to 8, you are a psycho. The people that wrote this book are psychos. The people that run the organization, Shout Your Abortion, are evil. This is demonic. I'm in danger. It's the truth. It's the truth. Abortion is everything. Abortion is everything. Don't get this book. And I don't want to see this book here. It doesn't ship until 2026 by the grace of God. But I don't want it at Toy Field next year either. Keep that book far away from the kids. The people that do this are psychotic. It honestly makes me viscerally angry that somebody would think that this is appropriate for a child.
I was like, maybe you're just pretending to be dumb. Now I don't think it's an act.
Honestly. All right, switch the subjects. Got another story for you here in the lightning round. Quick on the lightning. I like it. You were slow on the intro, but you're quick on the lightning.
I got to make up for it somewhere.
You've been redeemed. I got an update on the White House UFC fight for the 250th birthday for America. This is a big deal, and it's shaping up like this could be the biggest UFC card of all time. Oh, yeah. President Trump has announced more details concerning the UFC event that will take place at the White House in 2026 in the celebration of America's 250th anniversary. The president said that 8 or 9 championship fights will be taking place. 8 or 9 championship fights. And that UFC CEO Dana White will be building up an entire arena to hold around 6,000 seats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like the biggest UFC guy, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I hate stuff behind paywalls and like doing the pay-per-view thing. Just feels like the 90s to me. But this is a fight that I'm going to want to see. I don't know who the fighters are, but this is going to be an event. This is going to be such an American celebration. If I'm UFC, though, do you want to put this behind a paywall, or do you want to get this on NBC or CBS or ABC? Do you want this on a mainstream network, or do you make more money by having this behind the paywall on pay-per-view? Because I feel like this could be the Super Bowl of UFC fights.
I say if you want to make more money, you definitely put it behind the paywall.
Really?
But for the good folks like me and you.
But the paywall, they don't do ads, right?
Oh, well, that's true.
So you could be forfeiting billions of dollars in revenue. Because like a Super Bowl ad's what? A few $1 million for like 30 seconds?
Something like that, yes.
Imagine what you're going to get on a UFC fight with 8 or 9 championship matches.
That would be a lot of commercials.
It would be a lot of commercials.
I probably better put it behind the paywall.
Ken doesn't want us to have nice things. I'm over here advocating for this to be free. And Ken's like, nope. I know where I'm watching the fight. I'm watching it at Ken's house.
I already get ticked off watching TV at home and there's commercials.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I'm now paying to watch commercials.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I do have one question for you both, though.
Yeah.
Would you rather go to this UFC fight, or actually, which do you think is going to be the bigger viewing, this UFC fight or the gay soccer game?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, I know which one will be gayer.
Depends on if there's fights at the soccer match.
Depends. I don't know. Do you think I bet you FIFA would get a bigger audience, right? But it's Iran and Egypt in the super gay soccer match.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
A three-way fight that way.
True.
Be careful on which sponsors you put on that. All right, that does it for today's edition of the Lightning Round. We appreciate you, but hey, there's a lot more work to be done, and we are out here at Nissan Stadium, Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. This is what it's all about today. We are trying to make sure that no kid in Middle Tennessee and no senior in Middle Tennessee feels forgotten. You play a massive role in that. This isn't a break-the-bank kind of endeavor. It could be a coloring book. It could be some crayons. You could go to the Dollar General and spend $10 on 10 things and make 10 kids unbelievably happy on Christmas morning. Don't overthink it. On the flip side, if the Lord has blessed you and you feel it on your heart to go get 10 bikes for 10 kids, we're not going to say no.
No, sir.
And we will allow you to make that donation here as well.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to point out again, we both have kids, Ken and I, and it's always the small gift that costs $2 and the $200 gift doesn't register as well.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Especially if it comes in a box.
For whatever reason. So don't put a price tag on what your donation is. Just focus on the joy that you're going to be spreading to these young kids. And please join us out here at Nissan Stadium. Curbside drop-off is available. It means you don't even have to park. You can drive up by gate 7. The volunteers will run out, grab the toys, grab the gifts, and they'll drop them off in the field for you. Maybe you do want to stop in and hang out for a little while longer. We're between gates 8 and 9. Lot K, you can park in. You can come see the massive amounts of gifts that we are gathering. We still got a long way to go, though, to fill this field. What would you say?
Long way to go,
We're
dude.
halfway through filling the field?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Ken, you're more of a 2/5?
Yeah, I'm going to say 2/5.
2/5? So we
need some more.
It's on you guys. Can you stop by a Dollar General on your lunch break, a Kroger, a Walmart, a Walgreens? Can you find any store that sells toys? Spoiler alert, they all sell toys, even the ones you least expect, and the kids will find them for you. I guarantee it every single time.
And it's like you said before, Brother Chris, it's just a matter of getting something on Christmas
Amen.
Day.
That's what it's about.
Just getting something because they're seeing everybody else get something.
You're absolutely right. Be a difference maker this holiday. Benefit the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angels program. Join us out here. Bring a toy, bring a gift for a senior. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors, A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning, and thank you to you guys. It's 11:51. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at Zero Res Nashville. You got family coming over to the house? You know, your family loves you, right? They're going to come in no matter what, and they're not going to tell you how gross your carpets look because it's Christmas time. Why would they? But I love you too. And I'm going to tell you right now, before the family arrives, your carpets are gross. They're nasty. They're disgusting. And you need to clean them up. You need to spruce the place up before family arrives. Do it with my friends at Zero Res. It's the Maha of carpet cleaning. Their exclusive ZR water, no soap, no harsh chemicals, no residue. Your carpets aren't just going to look insanely clean. They're going to stay clean longer, and it won't break the bank. Right now, just in time for your holiday clean, 2 rooms plus a hallway or stairs for only $129. 3 rooms plus a hallway or stairs for only $149. You're not going to beat a deal like this, and you're not going to find a better company to do it than Zero Res. Give them a call today, 615-535-9376. That's 615-535-9376, or book online, ZeroResNashville.com. It's 11:57 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand down here at Nissan Stadium for Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army's Forgotten Angel program, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. Joined at the table by Ken Weaver and Chad Benson.
Santa Claus to you, baby.
Dude, you look like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus when he was in his leisure wear.
That's right. That's what I feel like, man. Okay?
I actually like the suit.
Check it out, too. Look it out.
He looks like a mafia member who jogged to work.
I did. Stopped by the new stadium and said, "Boys, how's it going? We got an understanding, right? Okay, because I feel like maybe we need to fix this. Otherwise, we'll go fishing." So there's that.
So what's going on, man? How are you? What do you think? Is this your first Toy Field?
I worked last year. I filled in for somebody. Yeah, it was my first Toy Field. It was pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome, man.
I love it.
I love to see everybody coming through and
here comes Bert to touch something.
Making a huge difference. Will you turn the camera around so everybody can see all the toys that we've gathered so far, Bert?
Come on, Bert.
Way to go, Brother Bert.
Oh, look at Bert there. Look at Bert.
I mean, we're what, 2/5, 2.5 fifths?
2.5 fifths?
Yeah.
I don't know. What are we, like 4 kilos deep in this thing? I don't even know, kids.
Well,
Having fun.
I guess it depends on who you ask. Some people say kilo, others say fish.
Yeah. There you go. Whatever it is, it's happening. There's a big thing going on here.
We need a lot more.
Yeah, that's.
But no, we've had some awesome people coming through, man. We had our guys at Comprehensive Security come through with a U-Haul full of toys.
That was
for us.
awesome.
How awesome were they?
That was so cool.
And just and so many people coming through with a few toys here, some senior gifts there, and it's just what a blessing, man.
Yeah,
it's a cool thing to be a part of.
It is. It's so awesome. It's it's good. Even at times, people maybe it's not the best time in history, and I feel there's some pinch out there. People are still doing what they can, and that's the beauty of what it is. We love to give, and I love that.
Well, and it's like me and Ken were talking about it during the show, and I'm sure you feel the same way. You'll buy your kids an expensive gift, but then they like the dollar gift the most.
Yeah, they like
so
the
it's
box.
like it doesn't matter what kind of financial situation. If you can spare $1 or $2, a coloring book goes a long way, man.
And like you're talking about the seniors, it's showing somebody that you think you're alone, you're not alone. Somebody cares.
Yep,
that is a huge deal.
Absolutely right.
Huge deal.
Absolutely right. And we're going to be doing this until 7:00. Tonight, Matt Murphy will be closing it out. We got to thank our wonderful sponsors who made it all possible again. A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning, just guys that come through, stand in the gap, fill the void. We appreciate y'all. And you got a lot of time to come through and join us between gates 8 and 9 of Nissan Stadium until 7:00 tonight. This is the 18th annual Toy Field, and we can't do it without you. Chad's in next. It's 12:00. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.